Okay guys, and welcome to, it's actually Easter Monday and it's a bank holiday today and the test centre's open, and Deepak here's got his test at 8 o'clock and we've got how long to go, Deepak?
10 minutes.
So there's 10 minutes to go before the test. So how are you feeling at the moment?
I would say mixed feeling, but finger crossed, I should be over the line, yeah.
Yes, so we're hopeful, obviously.
Yep.
And well, Deepak's seen all the other videos that I've done. Yeah, you've seen all the other videos, and it's just to see how easy it is to fail as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, and I don't think we'd really have to rely too much on good luck, but I certainly don't want any bad luck. You know.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's for sure. But we're in a good position here. We're in Bryce Place in my normal little position, and we'll have a wee look at the video now, guys, and we'll see how it goes. Of course, this is pre-recorded before the test, and I'm going to go over to the test centre with Deepak, and the examiner will come out as normal and ask him his name and take his driving licence, and they'll come out of the test centre, and the examiner will then ask him to read a number plate sufficient eye distance, and then maybe ask a safety question before moving off, and a safety related question during the test, as per the normal driving test instructions. During the journey there could be a sat-nav situation which will give a wee bit independent drive, but they can do the independent driving also just looking at road signs. So they could pull the student up at the side of the road and then just ask the student to follow the signs for Edinburgh or follow the signs for city centre, and you know, so these things are all you know, these routes are all pre-thought out and preloaded into the sat navigation as well. So okay, so if you've got any questions about the tests or anything, don't hesitate to make a comment, and we're going to go over to the test centre now. We're going to have our fingers crossed for Deepak. And yeah, I think it's the same as anything else. If people usually drive differently when the examiner's there, and sometimes there's a danger of being a wee bit overcautious as well, because you get used to your instructor or the person you've been driving with, and you tend to start doing things a bit faster and stuff like that. However, I would say Deepak is driving okay, everything's good at the moment, and try not to change anything.
Yep.
Try not to change anything, but I always say if you're in doubt, do nout. In other words, stay where you are. If you don't know, don't go. And if they're in a situation that's awkward, sometimes the examiner will take over the situation and then give you directions or instructions for what to do. So okay, so let's go, let's have a look and see how we get on today's test. Okay guys, so the safety question this morning was how to check that your brakes are working correctly. Now this is not a brake lights question, this is how to check your brakes, and the answer should be that soon after moving off you touch the brake gently, and if it pulls to the side or if it feels spongy, then you should report it and get attention. Also guys, after the debrief, Deepak was instructed to follow the sat-nav from the beginning of the test for the next 15-20 minutes, and the examiner will then give him directions from there. So here we go, and we're going to be moving off shortly. Remember, always look over your right shoulder blind spot before moving off, very important. So at the end of the road here, Deepak was instructed to turn left. So we're now going from Bryce Place into Bryce Road, passing the test centre on the right hand side. And this is me at the test centre taking a quick snap. So usually you can see them going away. I have a wee look just to see if they're turning right in the roundabout. No, he's turning right, third exit down towards the roundabouts. Henry Law and Hermiston Calder. And of course this is exactly what Deepak's doing. He's turning right that manoeuvre and taking the third exit. And we're just going to run forward here twice the speed, and again I'll bring it to your attention, anything that's quite interesting. Okay, at this point, Deepak was asked to demonstrate how to open and close the driver's side window, and that was the second and final safety question. Now for these bends just ahead of us here, I would recommend between 25 and certainly not above 30 mile an hour for the bends. Once you get round the last corner, you can take it up a wee bit more, and then you're heading down towards the Heriot Watt roundabout, and you'll be going ahead there, and you'll notice that all the white lines have now been highlighted again, so the road markings are very nice and clear here again, guys. Just remember to use the right hand lane to follow the road ahead, second exit. So we're now informed to follow the road for Edinburgh, straight ahead, cross the roundabout and second exit. Remember guys, you're using the right hand lane for this one also. The road markings are quite clearly telling you that. So at the next roundabout, Hermiston Junction, as you can see, we cannot count the blue circle only lane, that's for the bus parking right. We are taking the third exit for Edinburgh. So remember guys, this is Hermiston Spiral roundabout. Again, the road markings are very clear now, and if you look down to the right hand corner where the curb is, you'll see the white lines pulling you out as if you're actually going down Hermiston, but you actually come round the outside. Remember mirrors and signal to exit. So here we are, we've got the bus lane this morning, of course, so it's after 8 o'clock, so we have to avoid the bus lanes until 9:30 AM Monday to Friday. Even though it's a bank holiday Monday, we still have to observe these times. So just at this point guys, we've got the green there and we're actually stalled there, as you can see. And that took us up to the next set of traffic lights because I lost the cam just during that point where Deepak had to start the engine, so I didn't get any footage for that part. But as you can see, we've came round and spiralled into the middle lane now, so you've now got a lane on your right and your left. It's just a natural flow for that lane to go into the middle lane, and remember when you're taking an exit here is to make sure that you keep the left lane clear. And that's good. He's doing well here. He's getting right over to the right hand side, and we're now joining the bypass. So keep well right, check your mirrors again, give a signal to join the carriageway and get your speed up, and frequently have a look at your door mirror and see what's coming up on your right hand side. 70 mile an hour guys, make progress on the road as best you can. Okay guys, so I'm looking at the screen. I can actually see that at the moment Deepak's doing 49 mile an hour, so he's not really making progress here. And there's also this movement here over to the right. Now I wonder why he moved over there. I don't know, maybe because he saw the junction on the left or there, but remember, it's not up to you to move lanes at that point. And it could cause a problem. You can see the problem we're having now is we're now doing 57 mile. Now this is a 70, and really Deepak should get his foot down and get past this car, but he's not making any progress. So we'll have to wait and see what happens now. In a moment guys, the car on the left, we didn't manage to catch up with it, even though we're doing 60 mile an hour. The car in front overtook the truck, and we are now left behind the truck and we're not able to pass the truck either. And at the moment we're doing down to 58 mile an hour, so we're losing speed. As you can see, Deepak's decided to come back in behind the truck, and now our speed's been affected quite a lot, and we're now down to about 53 mile an hour, stuck behind the truck. Now we've probably been given instructions to take the next road on the left at the same time, so we'll have to wait, guys, and see what the result is going to be at the end of this. This could be a progress fault, or there also could have been a proximity fault where we could have been a bit close to this truck further back there when we came in. So we'll just have to wait and see what the examiner says. We'll be taking the next exit on the left. And while we're on the subject, you're passing the 3 marker there, do your mirrors. Yeah, past the 2 marker there, give a signal. And after the 1 marker, you're really looking down on the left, and you don't want to cross that solid line into the hard shoulder there. Wait till you get here and then check your mirrors and make good progress, guys. Don't start braking too soon. You do all your braking in this particular slip road. It's much easier. And at the end of the road, we've been instructed to turn left. Please look at the instructions in this junction, guys. There's lots of road signs and markings here. Okay, so we're heading up to the Travelodge car park, and we're instructed to do a forward bay parking. Just be careful when you get into the car park here, guys, to keep left, and then as soon as you turn left here, you can do your bay. Now I noticed that Deepak could have just went straight into the bay ahead of you, but he's decided to move around to the right here, and there's some bays on the right hand side available that is past these bays as well. So now we're getting deeper into the bosom of the car park here, and it's not really necessary to come away down here. And he's come away around here, and he's now going to take himself into one of these bays. Yeah, he's using this one here. So okay, don't think, personally speaking, I would have came on this far, but let's take into account we could be quite nervous at this point. Okay, so we're coming down, and we've just been instructed to take the next road on the left and the next on the right. And another stop on the left and pull off when ready. Now, just up here, Deepak was asked to pull up on the left behind the white car, and he was asked to leave at least a 1 car length distance between him and the white car. This is an angle start manoeuvre, guys. You'll just be asked to move off and just to see, and you can demonstrate moving off between parked cars. Okay, guys, so now I notice a wee issue. You notice that Deepak's stayed right and he's actually ended up in the right hand lane. However, he has been informed to follow the route ahead, third exit. In fact, the examiner even instructed on top of that to remind him that he was going ahead, third exit. So he should have really stayed on the left hand side, but Deepak's elected to stay on the right hand side. Now, it's not legal. It's just the fact that you could end up making a mistake and by coming back to the left. But there is a van there preventing him doing that, and there's a vehicle behind that as well, as you can see. So he's managed to come off on the right hand lane safely, so that's good news. And provided he makes a good mirror check here and gets back to the left lane, then all should be well. That was also the end of the sat navigation. So the examiner then informed Deepak that he was now taking verbal directions. So the examiner informed Deepak to turn right at the traffic lights. Now, this is a set of traffic lights that has caused problems in the past. Now, you be careful that you pay attention to the traffic lights on the right hand side there and not the ones on the left, because when the ones on the left come down to green, some people think they can go ahead, and unfortunately the ones turning right are still maybe showing red at that time. So pay close attention to the traffic lights there, guys. Okay, guys, that's the end of the driving test today, and I'm really pleased to say that Deepak passed his test. Well done.
Yeah, thanks. And
Yeah.
thanks, David, for all the support. Yeah.
No problem. Listen, like I say to
Yeah.
everybody else,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes we drive even better. There was a few faults. There was 5 minor faults on the. There was a couple of things. There was one of them was on the bypass, and the sun was glaring. In
Yep.
particular, it was actually catching the road because the road surface had been damp, and it was coming back up onto the windscreen. And the examiner felt that Deepak should have been a wee bit further back
Yep,
than
absolutely.
normal, but we were going to keep 5 seconds anyway.
Yeah.
But Deepak had overtaken onto the. I think maybe you come back in again, and then that's when it happened.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Yeah.
we might not even need to talk about this because it might be apparent on that. And then when we came off, we went down to the roundabout, and the roundabout, the examiner felt that Deepak's observations, minor fault there. Further up a bit, there was the roundabout at Wester Hales. Following the road ahead, third exit. A lot of people think they need to turn right for the third exit on that one, but the third exit's ahead. Deepak used the right hand lane again. This one's highlighted again on the video, so I'm not going to talk about it just now because I've not seen it.
Yeah.
So, but you came back over to the left lane and you checked your mirrors. I think
Yep.
that's fine. Did you go straight ahead and exit on the right hand lane at that?
Yeah.
Wester Hills? Ah, right,
Yep,
okay.
yep,
No,
yep,
well,
yep.
okay. Like I say, it's all in the video as well. So anyway, I'll just congratulate you. So what's any comments you'd like to make? Anything that you would feel that
Yeah, I would
benefit?
definitely like to add fewer stuff. So especially I think since I had an experience of around like 5 to 10 years driving in India, but
Right.
when I moved here in UK, to be honest, like I took few lessons just to understand the rules because rules are very different here. You have to make a lot of observations. You have to basically ensure like you are following the rules properly. So I think that was a big learning for me, and I think
Did it change your driving?
absolutely
The way you
so,
drove?
Yeah, I think when I came here and drive it for the first time, I felt like I'm not comfortable at all, sort of. But after like I got few lessons, it basically helped me to understand like what are the rules are. You have to basically do proper
And
observations.
the test itself is
Yep.
another method
Yep,
of driving
yep,
because
yep.
you're displaying,
Yep. So I think
demonstrating
Yep.
routines.
Absolutely,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yep.
So anyway,
So I think
but we've
my
got that.
advice for anybody who wants to get a license, basically a driving license in UK, you have to kind of spend some time to unlearn what you have learned maybe in some other country,
Exactly.
and try to follow all the rules.
Everybody's saying
Yeah,
the same
and spend
thing.
some time, maybe few hours. Maybe it cannot be like let's say 40 hours, but spend 10 to 20 hours just to get the feel of the rules and observations. And once you are comfortable, you can go for the test. Yep.
Right, guys. Well, thanks very much.
Thanks.
We're all pleased today. Happy Easter.
Yeah.
Whatever
Thanks.
it means. Okay, take care, and we'll see you
Yeah.
in the
Thanks
next
again.
video.
Thanks again, David, for all your help. Yep.